A lot of people prefer to Acuball tight hip muscles in bed. The reason is that it's so easy to get contracted and not know it, that most people, by the time they work on their hip muscles, have really built up a high level of tension. So doing any Acuball work on a carpeted floor is just too painful for their hips.
Lie on your back, side, or in between on any angle that allows you to access the tight spots in your hips and buttocks. Then zero in on the areas you can feel your body needs to be loosened. Take the time to find the spot and breathe into it. Remember that these are very tender muscles because they've usually had a long time to build up that tightness. Take it easy. Some people prefer wall balling their hip muscles. Simply place your Acuball or Acuball Mini against a wall and lean your hip into it, moving your body around until you find just the right spot. Relax into the wall and breathe deeply, feeling that opening in your body.
Because your hips are connected to your legs, knees, and feet, it's very important to Acuball any tight spots you find there as well to get the best release effect in your hips. So spend a few minutes, Acuball the bottom of your feet, Acuball behind your knee, Acuball the front, sides, and back of your leg, and see if there's any tight areas. If there are, work them out in tandem with what you're doing in your hips. You'll get a much better result that way.
You can access the muscles at the front of your hips by placing the Acuball underneath your hip bone. Push yourself up onto your elbows to get more contact and roll yourself around until you've found the exact right spot and breathe through it.
Ask yourself the following questions. Do you always rotate to the same side when you're at work to access a filing cabinet or a printer or to talk to a coworker? Do you always cross the same leg over the other? When you're standing, do you always put all your weight on just one leg? If you do, realize these actions are contracting your hip completely unnecessarily. Practice symmetry and do the same thing on both sides of your body. That's the best way you can avoid contracting your hip muscles in the first place.